All right. Hi, everyone. You're welcome to the Collab Lab. So our new collab is, well, you're no longer new because you attended the, what is it called? The orientation yesterday. So you already know about most of our program. So, but you're welcome to TCL 44. We are really happy to have you. So we are going to start off with introduction. We'll get to know ourselves. So you're going to tell us your name, where you're joining from, your hobbies, what you do outside of code. Don't tell us coding as your hobby. We won't take that. Okay. Yeah, and any other thing, any other information, any other thing you want to share. So I'm going to start. My name is Samaka Ume. I'm in Nigeria. I'm a front-end developer. I code with React at work. My hobbies, I like to watch movies outside of coding. I like to go out. I like to hang out and I like to read on the internet, not books. I don't like to read books, but I just like to read things on the internet. Yeah, that's me. So I'm going to pass it over to Golfo.
Okay, thank you very much, Samaka. And I guess we're doing the mentor intros first. So hello, I'm Golfo. I live in Greece with my husband and two dogs. Right now, my main hobby is the dogs. They take a lot of my time, but they help me get away from screens, and they help me, or they force me to go outside and walk. So they're a very healthy hobby. And I've been a mentor in the Collab Lab since last year, I think, 2021. So I've done a few cohorts, and I really like it. So that's why I keep coming back for more. And I've learned about a lot of valuable skills here at the Collab Lab. I'm a front-end developer. Currently, I'm working for Brighter and learning Vue, which is a pretty neat framework. So the last mentor is Selik. I hope I pronounced your name right.
Hello, everyone. I am Elite. I am full stack developer for 10 years. Actually, I'm working in a tech lead. I have a team, or we have a product with a team. Actually, I am first and last mentor of Collab. And actually, in front-end side, I am not a full experience with React, but have many experience with Vue.js. I have you. It's not problem for you.
You're in Turkey, right?
Yeah, I am from Turkey.
Yeah. What's the town again?
What
city?
Ankara, the capital city.
Yeah.
From Ankara. The next, I thought who is next speaking?
Yeah, if you could pick somebody.
Okay. Are you can talk.
Hi everyone, thank you, Elite. I'm IU and I'm the Code of Conduct responder for TCL 44. I'm a front-end developer and technical blogger based in the Netherlands. And I was also in TCL like 2 cohort back. And now this is the first time for me to be the COC responder. And so my hobby is photography and also watching movies. I love to, doing movie marathons, like watching 2-3 movies in a row. And so, yeah. So as a COC responder, I'll be reaching out in a few weeks to chat with each of you some more, just to check on how things are going. And, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. And in the meantime, just let me know if I can do anything for you. Yeah. So I will popcorn it to Debbie.
Hi, I'm Debbie. I'm in the UK. I'm a mum of two, so if you can hear the TV, I'm sorry. They're still awake. Hobbies, when I have time, it's walking and yoga. Pass it over to Reda, if that's how you pronounce it.
Yep, you pronounce it right. Hello, everybody. I'm Reda, front-end developer, and I am from Morocco. When I'm not coding, I love reading manga or watching anime. And did I answer all the questions, or there's something else? I guess I did. I will.
Where in Morocco are you?
I am living in Fez.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, a long time ago, I went to Casablanca and Marrakesh. So.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Casablanca is capital.
Mm-hmm.
And yep. Marrakesh is my second favorite city in Morocco.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And I will popcorn it to Jimena. I'm sorry if I pronounce it wrong.
Don't worry. It's Jimena. Well, I'm Jimena. I live in Munich, Germany. I'm a front-end developer. My hobbies are listening to music, going to concerts, and traveling. And Reda, I was in Fez 2 years ago, and I loved it. And I'll pass it to Oleyede.
Hi. Good afternoon. Hello. My name is Oluwatobi. You can call me Toby. I'm from Nigeria. I live in Nigeria. Aside coding, I love watching movies, reading, scrolling through social media, like spending time with my family. That's all. I would pass it to Jimena. Did I pronounce that right?
I was in already.
And I
think only I haven't gone. I mean, I know all of you. I've met everybody, but I'm Andrew again, and founder of Collab Lab. And yeah, I've been a front-end developer for a long time. So 23 years or something. And yeah, by day, I'm an engineering manager at Zapier, which is a workflow automation company. So I manage some teams there, manage developers. And yeah, super excited for all of you. Oh, hobbies, let's see. I have 2 daughters. They're in their early 20s. So hang out with them when I can. They're here in Portland with me, Portland, Oregon, where I live. And also my dad. So I moved back to Portland to be closer to my dad. My dad's 85 years old. He's a poet. He writes a lot of kind of like nostalgic poetry and stuff. And so yesterday he and I actually went to visit a place where he used to hang out when he was 10 years old. These railroad tracks where there used to be kind of like people who would just kind of like build shacks in the woods or whatever and live. Anyway, we took some pictures and stuff. And so a lot of fun just kind of hearing all the stories from his childhood and stuff around here in Portland. So it's one of my main hobbies. But I'm going to drop and let you do your business, but I just wanted to say hi and meet all of you again and just wish you well. You're going to have a great time. You're in really good hands with your mentors and with IU Code of Conduct Responder. Let me know if there's anything you need, if I can do anything for you as you're getting going. But yeah, I'm excited for you. Have fun. Take care. See you later.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Andrew.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right. Thank you, everyone. So we're going to move over to the Git module with Go for doing the presentation.
Okay, thank you very much, Samaka. So I'll just share my screen and find where I have these slides. I found them. And I will share the screen. And the host has disabled participant screen sharing. So Samaka, please let me share the screen. Okay. Great, thank you. Okay, and slideshow. Okay, so today we're going to talk about Git, and you probably already know some things about Git because you all have GitHub profiles, but we can do a refresher today. So today, what we're going to cover, Git can be very complicated and can help you do a lot of things, but even with some basics, you don't need to know all of the complicated stuff to get started. You can just know some basics and get started pretty quickly. So the basic stuff is creating and switching branches with Git checkout, staging changes with Git add, saving changes in history with Git commit, sending changes to GitHub with Git push, getting the latest changes with Git pull, and getting your changes into main pull requests. So some Git terms. A repository is a collection of files under source control, like Git. And a remote, it's the origin repo somewhere online, like GitHub, or there are some other services you might have heard of, Bitbucket, GitLab, etc. A branch is a working copy of the repo, and the main branch is the source of truth. So usually the main branch is the working branch that is published to production, and all the other branches are branches where we make new features or we try tests and all that stuff. Commit is a set of changes to the repo, and head refers to the last commit. Pull requests are, they document how and why changes should merge with main. They're specific to GitHub. You might also see merge requests. Example, that's what they call them in GitLab. But they're basically the same thing. And here, you add a button, and then you make a branch and diverge from the main. So then you might add some styles. Sorry, I'm just getting notice that my internet connection is unstable, so maybe you can't hear me that well or see that well. Then you can add some tests. But in the meanwhile, somebody else on the main branch, they updated some text. So when you want to merge the branch to main, it ends up looking a bit like this. You have the first two initial commits, then update text, then your changes, your commits, and then the main branch continues, and everything is in the main branch. And usually this is very smooth, but sometimes merge conflicts might arise. We'll talk about them a bit later. So the commands we usually use is for branching Git checkout. You can switch to an existing branch, create a new one with the B option. And this Git checkout B new feature is shorthand for Git branch new feature and Git checkout new feature. But you might have used that variation instead of Git checkout B, but it's just a shorthand for that. And when you make a new branch, the remote project won't be affected. So in your branch, you can do anything without being afraid that you'll be breaking other people's code. And on your branch, when you have some things that you want to push to origin, first you have to add them and stage them. So you can add individual files with saying git add and the file name, or you can stage all files with git add A, and maybe you have used another command, which is git add dot. That stages all files in the current folder that you are. But usually when we are in the terminal, we are at the root folder of the project. So in a way, git add dot is equivalent with git add A. And only staged files will be committed. So you might change 10 files and want to commit only 2 of them. So you add them and commit them. And when we commit, we also add a message saying what we did. And it's usually best if we add a descriptive message, so not something random. Usually there's a verb, so update head in text, we describe what the commit does. And it takes an inline message. There's also a way to add a multi-line message, but right now I don't remember it. I'll try to search for it. And you can commit stage and tracked files. Tracked files are all the files that Git can track, so files that aren't in a git ignore. With this command, git commit am, add details layout. So for this, you can skip the git add. You can do it with one line. I think there are more, if you check out the documentation, there are more options to add. And finally, after we've added and committed, we can push to the remote to, that's where we can store our code in the cloud. And usually that's where other people pull it from. When you're first creating a branch, you have to set the upstream remote with git push u, which is shorthand for, I have it written somewhere. No, I don't remember. It's set remote
upstream I think.
It's something like that. It's a couple of words, and I thought I wrote it in a note, but I forgot it. You only do this the first time. From then on, whenever you do git push, it automatically pushes to the remote branch. And when you want to get changes from the remote branch, you use git pull. And as it says here, it's a good habit to pull the latest main before creating a new branch. Usually we branch from the main branch, unless we of course want to, I don't know, branch from a different branch. For some reason, maybe we want to try something out, maybe, I don't know, but usually we pull from the main. And here we can see pull requests. Maybe you have done pull requests or not, so you will find out how it's done in the first week when you try to merge your changes. If you don't know how it's done, we can go through it. When you make a pull request, it's so other people can make a code review, and then you can decide if you want to merge or not. And as we said before, usually when you try to merge branches, everything is smooth, but sometimes you get merge conflicts. And this is caused when Git doesn't know how to merge the files, because sometimes file changes are very obvious. So for example, somebody adds a line of code in line 1 and somebody else adds a line of code at line 100, then Git can easily tell how to merge the files. But if the same line is changed or something else, then it doesn't know how to do it, and you need to resolve the merge conflicts manually. And usually, I don't know if you all use VS Code. In VS Code, it has this nice visual way to accept current changes or incoming changes. And something which confused me about the incoming changes and the current changes, and I just read about it today and it was clear in my mind, is that when you use git merge, the current changes are the changes on your current feature branch, and the incoming changes are the changes you are pulling from the main branch. But if you are using a git rebase, the current changes are the ones on the main branch, and the incoming changes are the ones on your feature branch. So this, the incoming versus the current, they depend on whether you did git merge or git rebase. And for me, the most important when you have merge conflicts is if they're complicated, to not do it alone, because if you do it alone, it's you get very stressed. It's always best to have some company. And there are a lot of resources on Git. There's the official documentation, at licensed Git tutorials, and of course your team and mentors. And I think I found some other ones here also. There's this nice visualization. I can share these in the Slack so you can see them. And this. So what do you do if you have a mess in Git? This nice diagram. Usually, if I make too much of a mess with Git, I sometimes clone the project again if I don't have many changes to to push. And here the Collab Lab, sometimes we've had some complicated issues with Git, usually in the first couple of weeks when everybody's just getting started, and then everything works out. So if you have any Git trouble, don't worry at all. We at the Collab Lab, we have experience in sorting this out. And does anybody have any questions about what we presented?
Golden, can you open complicated dialogues last pages website?
Okay, sorry, I'll share my screen again. Did you, which website? This one or the?
Dialogue, other.
Or the slide.
This is.
Sorry, I have a delay with my Zoom, so maybe, is this it, the colorful one?
No, not colorful one. Actually, is a Atlassian site. This site, Justin Hillman info. Can you send me a link?
Yeah, yep, I'll share all of these in Slack after we're finished. I will share this in Slack. I also discovered it today, and it seems very interesting because I'm not very good at Git. And I also wanted to add that, in case you're wondering, like, you don't have to be a Git expert, and wherever I've worked, people usually use visual tools for Git, like they use SourceTree, they use the VS Code. I personally use the tools in VS Code, and it has some extensions, so don't feel like you have to be a Git pro to be able to work. I guess not many people are Git pros. Usually the people in DevOps and stuff like that, not front-end developers. So those are just my comments.
That's right, that's right. This is not complicated. Not enough. Everyone know this information.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I have to Google every single command. Everything I want to do, I'll just go to Google and get the particular command. Then I'll go back to my VS Code every day.
Yeah. So I guess now we can go to the issues. If nobody has any questions or wants to add something about Git, we can take a look at the issues for this week. I hand over to Samaka.
Thank you,
I have one question. Hey, Git repo have any access to main commits with restrict other people? Everybody commit main branch?
No, by the way, I can explain how it's done. Each week people get split in teams of 2 and they create their own branch, and there is a specific way to name the branch. So the branch starts with the initials of the people who are working on it. So each week, each team makes a branch, and at the end of the week, they are merged. And then we see the demos and all that.
Thank you.
Yeah, when we start working on the issues, we are not going to be pushing directly to main. We're going to be branching out so that the code can be reviewed before it's merged. So for the issues, as you guys already know, 2 developers are going to be working on one issue. Where is the, yeah. So 2 developers to 1, 2 to 1. We're working on 2 issues for this week. So the first one, to see all the issues, you can navigate to the issues tab on our repo on GitHub. So the first one says, as a component, so these are the user stories. The user stories that should be fulfilled before the issues get merged to the main branch, before the branches get merged. And these are the acceptance criteria. So the first one says, as a component, I want to be able to read from and write to Firestore database so that users can persist information. I'll take it again. as a component, I want to be able to read from and then write to Firestore database so that users can persist information. So as an acceptance criteria, there are 3 of them. It says, the first one says Firebase. So for this branch that is going to work on this issue to be merged, Firebase has been added as a project dependency. So the second AC is making a change. Sorry about that. Making a change in Firestore database will update data in the app. And then the third one says making a change in the app will update data in Firestore. Note, don't do too much here. In the past, pairs have built the whole add item form in the first week. The best approach is just to make a throwaway view with a button and a div. Click the button to send some information or data rather to the database. Have the data show up on the div. Simple. The second thing to note is if you need additional direction on how to use Firebase, you can go through the quick start guide. The link is here for those that are going to take this issue for understanding how to add items to Firestore, as well as snapshot guide for creating a snapshot subscription to read and update. This is a lot. This is actually a lot. So this issue is just saying that at the end, like when you push this branch to GitHub for review, that the person reviewing the code should be able to see Firebase already downloaded to the project as a dependency. So you're going to download Firebase. Right now in our project, Firebase is not installed. I mean install, not download, sorry. Firebase is not already installed. So you're going to install it as the first AC. As the second one, you're going to write some code so that me that is checking the branch you worked on, I'll be able to write to Firestore and see it on the app. And then I'll also go to Firestore and make some changes. So just create a connection, write the code that will create a connection between our app and Firestore so that I'll be able to send information like a form. You can use like a form, a button rather, and then hard code some items, items to send to our database. And then immediately it's sent, you should also write a code to fetch the data and then show on the screen so that if I'm checking the branch that you coded, I should be able to click a button and make a call to the database. And then immediately I click that button and the data gets sent to the database. Another code should also run to bring back the data to display on the screen. That's just it. That's just what this the first one is talking about. And it's just saying that you don't have to build the whole form. There is still future issues that will address, like building the actual form that we'll be using to get the shopping list from the users, but it's not time for that now. We just want to be sure that we are connected to Firebase, which we'll be using to persist data. So me clicking a button sends something to the database, and then that will trigger another fetch request that will fetch it back to the app. So I'll be able to see it on browser. I don't know if this is clear enough. Can be a handful sometimes. So do you guys understand? Do I need to explain it again?
Yeah, I understand.
It's clear, yeah.
All right, thank you so much. So the second one says, as a user, I want to be able to navigate between the list view and the add an item view so that the interface is clearly delineated between viewing and adding. So as the AC, the first one says React Router DOM has already been added. Of course, you have to install it. We don't already have it there in the someone chatting. Okay, we don't already have it. Then the second one says links are present and persistent at the bottom of the app. One for the list view, the other one for the add an item view. So as the third AC, it says when one of the links is clicked, the browser URL updates to represent the current view and a matching view component is displayed. Then the fourth one says whichever view is selected, the corresponding link should display in bold text, showing that that is the particular link that is being visited at that moment. So note that some pairs have gone straight to wanting to integrate a CSS framework to achieve the links pinned to the bottom. You are encouraged to keep it simple at this point. Perhaps look into position feast, or perhaps look into a tutorial on CSS grid. There will be time to get fancy later. Yeah, so we'll have time for styling. You don't have to write heavy CSS at this point. You can just look into this position fixed. So this issue is talking about being able to navigate to two different views. The first one is the list view. The second one is the add an item view. As you already know, we are going to be building a smart shopping list. So one of the views, pages now, is supposed to show the list of the items. The other one is supposed to be for adding the items, like a form and a button. And the other one is for viewing, listing the items. So for this particular case, you're supposed to just create the navigation, and they are supposed to be fixed to the bottom. You don't have to write anything inside of the component yet. You're just building the navigation. And then the URL should also change. Of course, you're using React Router DOM. When we visit a particular view, the URL will be reflecting that particular component. And then something, it has to show that we've gone to that component. So you can just write this is the list component, so that we'll know we are in the list component. And then this is the add an item component, something like that. Just something for us to know that, yes, we are in this component. And then when we click this link, we're in the other component. All right, is this one clear?
Yes, it is.
All right, thank you so much. So for this week, we have, I forgot to.
Jimena.
Can you say it again?
Jimena.
Jimena. I'm not going to forget again. Sorry.
Don't worry. You say the way you like.
All right. We have Jimena and Reda, this working that is supposed to work on one issue. And then we have Lady and then Derby on the other issue. So do you guys have preferences? Is there any particular issue you'd like to work on?
I was thinking that the second issue has a bit of CSS, which is my least favorite thing, and also a React Router, which has caused me problems in the past. And that's why I would like that one, to challenge myself. But yeah, of course, if that's okay with the rest of you and with Reda, and otherwise I can adapt.
For me, it's fine, whatever. I can work on both issues.
Yeah, I like that. You're going to face it squarely.
For me, I would love to work on the first issue because I've not really worked with Firebase before, so I'll like to challenge myself.
Oh, yeah?
I think I'm used to React outside the past.
All right, that is okay. Debbie. Yep. Yeah. All right. So even though we are done with going through the issue, if along the line you still don't understand something, you can always reach out to us on probably when you've read it and you've digested it and then you found something that is not so clear. You can always reach out on Slack and then we'll trash it out. But that's it. All right. So the next, normally we are supposed to create the first branch with you guys to just show you how we do it, the naming convention and stuff, so that subsequent ones you can just like go ahead and do it on your own. So can anyone share their screen? Maybe one of the team members for each team will share, will create it, the person will push it to GitHub, and then their team member will pull it down and then start working on it. Yeah, you can share. Jimena, do you want to share?
I can
thought you were raising
share.
up your hand. Sorry.
I can
Okay,
share.
Reda. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, please go ahead.
Let me.
Thank you, Reda.
You're welcome. Okay. Can you see the screen or? Okay. If my internet is bad, just let me know.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Okay, like, should I go ahead and create new branch or?
Yeah, you can go ahead and create a new branch.
Yeah, I need to go back and see the.
You mean the command?
Not the command, but like the just.
Yeah, the convention for naming the branch. You mean?
Like the convention for naming the branch.
Okay.
TCL. And I believe it's in the README or
it's in the orientation orientation file.
Orientation.
Yeah, orientation.
Yeah. Okay, this is it, right? Initials.
There you are.
Yep. Okay, go. Let's check out new branch and
no, the angle bracket is not part of it. It was inside the angle bracket.
Sorry?
The angle bracket is not part of the.
Oh, okay. I don't need them.
Yeah, and you can use the lowercase. You can use lowercase RB
dash,
and
yeah.
dash G
JM.
JM, yeah, and then the name of the future.
You're taking the second feature, which is
for React router.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm always having problem to name my branches.
I was thinking about that as well, so it's not
so
all
help
you.
me out.
It's the most difficult.
Yeah, I would say also React router or navigation or.
Yeah, maybe add navigation, something like that.
Yeah, that can work.
And that's it. Okay, it's here.
So you created it.
Sorry, Reda, have you pulled the latest name before creating the branch?
Have I what?
Have you pulled the latest from main?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, we should have asked this before you started, but I just remembered it.
Yes, because like probably I have just only the main branch, so.
Okay.
Yeah, there's only the main branch, so yeah, I like that. Thank you for pointing that out, because most of the time you forget to switch to the main branch, then create.
Pull down, yeah. I do that a lot. All right, so you can push the branch back to GitHub. Then
okay, to push it.
Yeah, okay. Now will pull down, so that she doesn't have to create again since you've already created.
Get push. Should I like get push origin? Or probably after I do this, they will give me.
I think dash U origin.
I always just
Yeah,
do
I think so. You.
git push and I copy paste the thing that it tells me.
I usually
Yeah.
just paste the name of the
Good one.
branch and push it to git push origin, the name of the branch.
I
That's what
already
was
like you, Golfo.
thinking. Origin and there be gen add application. Let's see. Okay, it worked.
All right. So you're ready to start building out your future.
But probably for other folks, they need to set up upstream first, maybe, because when I pushed my name to the contributors file, I did it from here and from this Visual Studio thing. And it's setting up the upstream automatically. And you don't need to do it. I'm not sure if other folks will need to do that or not. So maybe if another participant can share screen and see how it will.
So you cloned from the branch, right? And then you made your changes and pushed back to main.
Yeah. But
you need to set an upstream though.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you need to set up upstream or not.
After you push it said error somewhere. So can we check? Can you go on GitHub and check if the branch is there? Or yep, okay. Just go and check there so we are extra sure.
Yes, it said error.
Oh. Okay, so is the branch on GitHub? I can also open it. So it probably needed the upstream after all.
Yeah, it's not there.
So your screen. What did the error say?
It's not there, no.
Okay, we'll share my screen again, maybe to see the error or.
And try to also add the U. So like we saw in the example.
Oh.
I'll post it in the chat too, the command. Just a second.
Oh.
Like this. So I'm not sure.
Hung up unexpectedly.
I'm not sure if everybody knows this, but in the terminal, if you hit the up button, you can see the previous commands.
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah, maybe you have to add the U.
The U? Okay.
Yeah.
I said that already, but I forgot to add it. Let's try.
Let's try this time.
Okay, now it worked.
Yeah. All right.
Let's refresh. Okay, it's here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, where did the init Firebase branch come from?
I'm not sure. Someone.
That was before. It was there before the meeting.
Okay.
All right, Debbie, Toby, do you want to share your screen to create your own branch?
Yeah, I can. Let's see if I can do this. Let me open up PS Code. That's it, isn't it? Right, terminal. I'm not so used to the terminal. I usually use GitHub Desktop. So, Git check out branch.
Your main branch is up to date, right?
Yes. Yeah. Well, it wouldn't have been since he made the branch just now, but it's okay. But I don't need that anyway, do I? So
sorry, Debbie, I see in the README that there are only 3 cohort participants. So either Toby didn't add her name or you haven't pulled the latest.
who's the README?
The contributor.
Oh, in the contributor.
Okay, so I guess Toby didn't add her name. And it's a good chance that she can add it.
No, I don't think she has pushed on.
Sorry, I think I pushed one yesterday, but probably it's not the latest because it contained just my name when I pulled it.
Is it TCL 44?
Yes.
Repo?
Yes. We'll check.
All right. If you're doing the call with your laptop, you can also share your screen, so I'll sort it out if it's okay.
Oh, my laptop. Wow, my laptop.
It's okay. So you can just, as Gofo said, whenever she has a problem with Git, she will delete the entire project and start all over. So you can just reclone. So when you reclone the project, you're supposed to see the latest branch, and then that already has the rest of the names. So you can just add your own under and then push. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but we also added, of course you noticed, we added a GitHub bot to our Slack. So any activity that is going on our repo, we'll be showing in the Slack group. Yeah. All right, Debbie, you can go on.
Okay. So a name, like add Firebase, would that be fine?
Connect to Firebase. Okay, so your initial, Toby's initial, then connect to Firebase.
Oh yeah. What's your surname? I can't see your name is dropped off the side.
Oh, I think her surname starts with that.
Oh.
You can push.
Push. You. Option. Is that right?
By the way, Toby just okay, you pushed already because Toby
Sorry.
wrote that it's O.
Oh, sorry. Can we change that somehow?
And we can make another branch.
Okay.
Toby, do you want hash the short form is Toby? I think that can work too. Or Toby, what do you think? Just like
yeah,
Samaka,
that works
Samaka.
too. It works too. It works.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so the branch has been pushed. I don't think you're still sharing your screen. Okay, you've pushed the branch, right?
I thought so, but it's not there. Refresh. No.
So did he give any error?
Let's have a look. It did nothing.
It's still running. The command is still running.
For your eyeshadow. You're right. I almost forgot we were doing a rainbow makeup and hairstyle. Wow, it's so glittery and so cool.
Origin. Why is it not doing anything? So you can end the command and try again. Control C.
It's not letting me type anything.
No, you can Control C. Just hold down the control and then C.
Yeah, it's not doing anything.
You can, yeah, this happens sometimes if you, but I don't know the combination. Sometimes if you, by mistake, hit another button, but what you can do is you can delete the terminal and open a new terminal. I mean, this is not the best way. In the trash can, you can click the trash can.
Where is the trash can? Maybe if I close this down. Oh, there we go. It was hiding behind the bar.
And you can go new terminal.
So, right in there. I'm talking. She's come over. Right, I've got to remember what the thing was now. What was it?
If you don't remember, if you type git branch, you can see the branches that you have, and if you don't remember the name.
I'll connect Firebase. Okay.
Or you can just use the arrow, like the up arrow in the keyboard.
Would that still work when I close the terminal?
For me, it still works. It always works.
All right, let's try this time. Connect.
Complete authentication in your browser. What authentication?
Probably because she wasn't using the terminal.
Oh.
Yeah, because I used GitHub Desktop. Has that worked now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
It's successful. Let me quickly check.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah, we got 4.
Yep. All right. So
yay!
All right. Yeah, that's it. So we're going to also we're going to create a thread. So we normally use threads to communicate on Slack. So we're going to create a thread for the 2 teams so that you can just like, it will have your issue, your GitHub issue there. So you can just like go under the thread and then set up time. Anytime you want to meet, to pair program, and then come up with a solution to your feature. And we are always on Slack. We are one ping away. All right, so Toby, we'll be waiting for your push to the main. It will show us on Slack. And if you run into any issues, you can reach out. All right, so that's it. We're happy to be doing this with you guys. All right.
Me too.
Is there any other business? AOB. I don't think we left anything out. All right.
Samaka, we'll have an office hours this week, right?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It was supposed to be you, right? Go for.
I think so. I don't remember. If you want, I can take this week's and you can take next week. I don't mind. Okay. So office hours, I'm not sure if they told you at the orientation because I wasn't there. Each week, one of the mentors will be hosting office hours. These are optional. We'll be posting usually in the first couple of days of the week, like, okay, I'll be hosting office hours on Wednesday at 4 p.m. GMT, and anybody who wants can join, and we can talk about anything. We can discuss what's going on with the issues. We can discuss about our careers, lives. our experiences, anything we want. So I'll be posting in Slack for this week, my office hours, and I'd be glad for anyone to join. Thank you very much, Samaka.
All right, thank you so much. And Elite, you're checking up on them from Monday to Wednesday, right?
Yeah, I'm
Or
okay.
is that me?
Monday to Wednesday this week.
Yeah.
Okay,
Then
no
I'll do the
problem.
code review. All right.
I
Bye,
do.
guys. Bye.
Bye.
See you
See
on
you. Bye.
Slack.
Bye bye.
Yep.